something wrong with Laura.
Oh my God, what is it? We can bring her back.
What are you doing?
He's gonna bring her back!
Supposed to report how safe and reliable you are. So stay safe, stay reliable, yeah?
Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review. I just got done seeing the new A24 film, Bring Her Back. This was directed by Danny and Michael Philippou, also known as Raka Raka. They of course did the film Talk to Me 2 years ago, which was a huge hit. And this has been their long anticipated follow-up to that movie. And does anybody know what's going on with the sequel? Because they announced a sequel, and I believe they also announced a prequel to that movie, but I haven't heard anything since the announcements. So yes, before I get into the review, I do want to say too, this is, like I said, an A24 movie, and if you're part of their membership, they give you free tickets to all their movies, and it's totally worth it. I've said this in many videos already. But going forward, I'm going to try my best to, go to as many of these as possible, because I've missed a bunch of them, for various reasons, and I really want to make an effort to, take advantage of this and just go to the movies more in general, you know? So definitely join their program. It is so worth it. I don't even remember how much it is, but it's ridiculously cheap when you think about all the stuff you can get with, that comes with it, basically. Now, this movie, just like Talk to Me, is a horror movie, supernatural horror movie, and man, this was quite an experience. Now, Talk to Me and this one sort of have their similarities, but I feel like they're very different from each other. This one is much more serious in tone. You can tell the screenplay was coming from a certain place, seriously. The first movie had its serious moments, obviously, but I would say Talk to Me is actually an easier watch. That's kind of crazy to say, but yeah, Talk to Me is a crazy movie, but it's a much easier watch than this one. This one is way more serious. It does have its little, funny moments in it, but the tone of this one is totally different. Now, basic premise of the movie, I'm not going to say too much because I feel like going in blind, which I did. I saw the trailer one time, I think. I can't remember what movie I went to see, but I saw the trailer once, and I kind of forgot, what was in it. I couldn't tell you what the plot was, basically. Before I went into this just now, I really didn't know what was the plot. I've seen the poster a bunch of times, and I just know it's, I just guessed it was similar to Talk to Me, The basic premise of the plot is there's a family, it's basically a brother and a sister who are foster kids, and they get adopted by a foster mother, and things just go off the rails. You find out things about her and other things, and again, just going blind. Just trust me, it's more entertaining that way, because I feel like as the movie gets rolling, it really gets rolling. And also the exposition, there's a certain okay, so in Talk to Me, you have the plot device of the hand and what it does and everything. There's another thing in this movie with a plot device. They don't really explain it. They do explain it. By the end of the movie, you pretty much get what's happening, but you need to pay attention, sort of. They don't really they don't spoon feed you the information. You have to really pay attention to what's going on. So yeah, the lore in Talk to Me, I feel like it was much easier to understand than this one. But I pretty much got what was going on. It wasn't confusing or anything, but just be aware of that. And yeah, so all the actors in this movie were phenomenal. There's a few young actors in this, and even Little Boy, who plays a mute, the one that's on the poster, he did an excellent job. His performance is mostly physical because, he doesn't really say much. But man, that kid, I don't know what it is with Raka Raka. They do a good job with their casting, seriously. The main girl in this, she's actually blind, and I believe this is her first movie. Excellent job. Seriously, she did an amazing job. I assume she's blind in real life because she has a certain condition with her eyes. You'll see in the movie. Her brother Andy, again, awesome performance. Young actor. I don't know any of their names, but they're all incredibly gifted. Now, the foster mom, what a performance. The lady's name is Sally Hawkins, I think, and she was in the Paddington movies. You know, very nice lady in those movies. She was in Shape of Water. She was the main lady in that movie. Yeah, this was quite the movie for her. I'm not going to say too much, you know, because I don't want to, like, spoil things, but, man, the range of emotions this character, you know, makes the audience go through it's crazy. And my audience was actually pretty packed. I was surprised because this is, you know, a smaller movie. But I think the theater was pretty much full. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if everybody got a free ticket. I don't know how many people are part of the membership, you know. But yeah, definitely go check it out. Again, it's not an easy watch. Like, you can't just throw this movie on and just watch it anytime. Trust me, it's not one of those. There's fun horror movies, and then there's, like, dead serious horror movies, and this is a serious one. If you want to go watch a fun horror movie, go watch Final Destination, you know? This is a totally different kind of thing. But it was still very good. Like, I'd probably give the movie, like a B-, B+. I'm not really sure. I'll rate it on my Letterboxd. I'm going to try to get more people to follow me on there because sometimes when I do these reviews right after the film, I kind of like need some time to digest and then make an official rating. I'm still going to give a rating in my reviews. It's just, if you want to see my final score, just go look at my Letterboxd, you know? But yeah, I'm going to keep bringing up comparisons to Talk to Me. So, again, Talk to Me is a much easier watch, which is crazy. But this one, again, you got to be in the right headspace for this one. There's definitely some sensitive subject matter in here. I'm not going to delve into it, but just be prepared. You know, it's, like I said, not an easy watch. But the visuals, the actual horror in this, like the blood and disgusting imagery, like, it's just, yeah. Raka Raka is very good with this stuff in terms of, like, making the creepiest shit ever. This movie's very creepy. I personally don't get scared, you know, that easy. I would say Talk to Me is probably scarier in terms of, like, the subject matter, dealing with, like, the afterlife and demons and things like that, and some of the visuals in that movie. But don't get me wrong, this one is also very creepy. Now, at the end of the day, though, I am going to say I like Talk to Me a little more. I just feel like it's a more accessible movie. But this one, honestly, was just as good. In terms of, like, the filmmaking and everything, like, they did a very good job with this. And I don't know if they're just going to keep making this kind of movie every time, but I'm totally down for it, you know? Yeah, so I don't really have much else to say, I don't think. Go check it out. The movie will definitely get you riled up. There's definitely a few moments of, like, God damn it, I wish that didn't happen, but, you know, certain things happen. There's twists and turns in this one, so, you know, you're definitely rooting for the good guys, I'll just say that, you know, and sometimes things just happen. But I pretty much like the ending for the most part. There's definitely, like, a very powerful final shot in the movie, you know? So, yeah. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to do a spoiler section either, but, you know, it's just, I kind of wish certain things went certain ways, but I guess I was just very into the movie, you know? And I did kind of have a little gripe at the beginning. So I guess I wasn't watching closely enough. So there's something major that happens towards the beginning of the movie, and it's very abrupt. Like, it's just, I don't know if it was like an editing issue or I don't know if I missed something, but, like, this thing happens so abruptly. I'm like, what the hell is, what? Like, what is going on right now? It's like we just meet the characters and then something crazy happens immediately, and it's like, whoa. I don't know. Did anybody else have that issue? I just felt it was weirdly edited or something. I don't know. The pacing was weird with that. So, yeah. But very good movie, though. Like, definitely go check it out. And I'm not sure what the next A24 movie is that's coming out. I'm trying to remember what's next. But I'm very excited for The Smashing Machine with The Rock. They played the trailer in there. That looks really good. I've watched the trailer a few times already, but that one, obviously Benny Safdie, who did Uncut Gems. And what happened with the Safdie brothers? Why is he by himself now? I don't know. Uncut Gems and Good Time, which are like my two favorite A24 movies. I'm excited to see his take on that. And it looks like an Oscar sort of, Oscar bait kind of movie with The Rock, I'm sure he's great in it. He looks great in it. So, yeah, that's one I'm very excited for. I think that comes out in October, so it's a little bit away. August, October, September, somewhere in there. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to keep going to these free ticket A24 movies. They're my favorite studio. I'm going to always praise them in all my videos. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the film in the comments, and how do you compare it with Talk to Me? Like I said, I feel like Talk to Me is the better movie, but they're both sort of like the same quality, The music was good, the cinematography was great, the acting was incredible. The horror was great. Everything. I have nothing but great things to say. It's just, this isn't. I'm big on rewatchability, and I'll say too, like Talk to Me. The first time I watched that movie and reviewed it, I didn't love it, but on rewatches, I actually liked it a little more. So maybe I'll rewatch this at some point. I'm sure I'm gonna buy it when it comes out, and maybe on a rewatch it'll be better. Maybe I'll notice things I didn't notice the first time. But again, I don't see this one being super rewatchable. But yeah, still a very good movie. So anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and have a good one. Bye-bye.